Hey everybody, it's PartyElite. Welcome back to our realm in Manor Lords, where despite the threat of the looming winter, I assure you folks, we shall persevere. We've done so time and time again in the face of adversity, coming out on top, and there is no real reason for that to stop. I'm very much looking forward to the completion of the church at Eisendorf. Once that happens, I think approval ratings will stay above 50%, and that should allow a slow trickle of additional people that will then allow Eisendorf to really kick off. Once that happens, we'll be in a much better spot over here, and it's just a matter of time, folks. I'm very much looking forward to it. Then we can get the iron mine going, we can get the bloomeries up, we can get the smiths up, and it's going to be a bustling town, just like our lovely capital here, I suppose I could call it, of Adelswall. Now, there are a couple of issues to solve here. For one, we are currently hunting these animals into extinction, at least locally speaking, so let's make sure the hunting camp is no longer being worked. Otherwise, I'm going to double check that the forager hut is also not being worked because, of course, berries are not currently available. And separately, I just want to address a question I saw in the comments of the previous episode, which had to do with our wheat fields. So I've explained this before, but I'll just explain it again really quickly. Some of you asked why our peasants were actually tending to these fields right ahead of winter as opposed to staying at the farmhouse and taking care of this wheat, turning it into grain. Well, the reason is because wheat can grow in the winter. Well, some wheat can. The wheat we have can grow in the winter, and so you want to make sure all of that has been put in place before those winter months come through, so you can get a proper growing season and then harvest before the next, plowing and sowing season. So that's why they were paying attention to that before turning their attention back to the wheat that we've already harvested. Now, it's been turned into grain for the most part. Some of it is at the windmill, and it'll slowly be turned into flour as soon as we assign some people over here, and then into bread, which then will hopefully be sent out with the help of our pack station over here to fulfill the needs of Eisendorf. Right now we're sending yarn, and as the population there grows, we'll be able to supply that yarn to the people and upgrade some of those houses and so on and so forth. But I digress. Back to the topic of the fields, it was also pointed out to me that next season we won't be growing any barley. Well, the only field that has barley fertility at a decent amount right now is this one, and I'm planning on leaving it fallow for the time being so it can be better for us next time around. So not this upcoming farming season, but the season after. Instead, what I might do is in January, February, March perhaps, I'll lay out another field right out over here and perhaps even over here, and those will be focused on barley. And then all of a sudden we have a few fields that can alternate successfully between barley and wheat. Now, of course, here I could grow barley if I wanted to, or here as well instead of leaving it fallow, but I actually think we might be all right. Like if I take a look here, we have 25 barley right now. Do we have any malt? I don't think so. We don't have any malt, but we currently have 22 ale. And I feel like some of that has carried over from the past, and I think we are still importing ale. But we'll keep an eye out for it. In worst case scenario, we'll import some because God knows money is a non-issue. On which note, let's turn our attention to trade for a moment over here. Some of you were concerned that we are still exporting our firewood, and I can assure you that is very much not the case. We're in fact trying to import it, but I guess just not at a decent enough rate. So why don't we go ahead and import 150? Let's do that. Let's try and get enough fuel for this winter, and once we make it through this winter, I think we'll finally upgrade to charcoal. We can't do that at Adelswall because it takes a development point, but we have spent that development point over here at Eisendorf, meaning we're able to get the charcoal kiln. We'll get it set up somewhere, over here in our future industrial area and mining area, and that'll allow us to produce charcoal, and then perhaps the barter will be, firewood comes here, charcoal goes back, or we'll see what it is. But we will involve, the trade posts and stuff as well, and we'll see how that goes. Now, many of you were asking, pleading that I push the trade post onto the King's Highway, and sure, we can do that. I have no hard stance against that. For the time being, I'm going to live with my prior decisions though, and perhaps we'll add an additional trading post in the future. Feel free to let me know if you think there's some urgency to it. Sure, there are some benefits, but we don't have any regional wealth to begin with right now, so I'm not going to preoccupy my people with moving the trading post over. We can do that later when there's something to trade with. Truth be told, I pulled the trigger on this trading post just a little too early. It's not a problem. We'll recover just fine, but I could have waited a couple more months, maybe a season before kicking this thing off and just relied on the pack station in the meantime. But we'll be okay. We'll be A-okay. We've got some yarn I could distribute. What I really want is just some wealth to build a chicken coop over here. And you know what I'm thinking is, why don't we go ahead and do a little bit of finagling. Let's go ahead and, at the trading post, set to export the yarn, bring it down to 6. Yes, already done. And let's assign a family. So we have one family left over unassigned to do any construction as needed. And now we have a family that'll hopefully go to the storehouse, pick up the yarn, drop it, over here, and then pick it up to export as well. We have easy access to the trade point out over here, and that should make us some quick money. If we drop 10 of these at 4 a piece, that's 40, and the 40 will allow me to get 2 chicken coops, and that should be good for us in terms of food variety. Now, food variety is actually okay over here, but, for how long, right? 23 berries, 2 eggs left over, not that much longer. But we're looking pretty good. I mean, the fact that fuel is coming all the way down to here is great. As the population grows, though, that's going to be a bit more challenging, and as some of you have suggested, yeah, maybe this becomes a tiny little community of its own. Small house, a hunting camp, and maybe a couple of houses here and there. We were already going to get 2 over here on this plot, but yeah, absolutely, that's something to consider. Now, fuel is looking good over here, actually, so funnily enough, I might actually be able to export the firewood from here and send it out to there. Hang on a second. If I export from here, and I try to maintain, let's say, 20, we'll keep the chopping going over here. Then over here, I mean, do I really care about the price difference? Not really, to be honest. Or even just like the connection. It's just going to be inefficient. So let's go ahead and undo that. Got a little excited there. I just like that this is a mechanic. Truth be told, I just like that this is a mechanic. And so I want to engage in it. I just think it's so cool. Anyway, firewood. The Woodcutter's Lodge. Let's go ahead and unassign your work area so you can go wherever you please. And yes, I do think it's time for us to finally get a forester in place. The question is where. I was hoping to expand my town down to here. That's why we were clearing this out. But maybe this should actually be woods. I'd like this to be woods, at least along the edge there. Wouldn't mind, again, curving up, as I've discussed previously. But maybe the edge over here stays as woods, but that means I'm not planning on actually cutting it down. I'm planning on keeping it as is. So perhaps then we should plant trees over here. Yes, let's go ahead and get a forester's hut going. Now, typically, I'd actually put a forester's hut down a lot sooner than we're doing right now, but we were blessed with the wood coverage we had. We were absolutely blessed with how many trees we had. So that's worked out nicely, and there is a bandit camp up over here, so we should probably go ahead and take care of those guys a bit more carefully this time around. Right, where was I? Forester's hut, before I forget. Get you established right up over here. Seems like a good spot, or I could pop you down over here. Will the road fit? It will not. Oh, that won't. Would have been nice, Maybe up over here instead. The exact location, don't think is the biggest deal. Just trying to find a sweet spot for it, really. Let's put it up over here, sure. Forester's hut. Let's do something fun here. Pop you down like that, sure. Yeah, sure, cool. Where was I? Right, the bandits. Let's go ahead and raise our retinue of 18. I could... Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and raise a few more. Get it up to 20. Leave a little money aside. It is tempting to upgrade their armor through import. And I've seen many of you suggest that I do in fact change their colors because we have a dyer's workshop, so it makes sense. We can produce the dye we need. So yeah, red berries and yellow berries. Those are totally a thing, right? Nonetheless, fun idea. Maybe I'll do it between episodes so you don't just watch me slowly change the colors of each individual soldier. You know what? Yeah, let's go ahead and loot this bandit camp and upgrade some of our armor for our retinue. I think that'd be nice. The 20 soldiers should be okay. Let's make sure we rally up over here, and then we'll go ahead and march our way over. I will not charge all the way over. Once bitten, twice shy. I've learned my lesson. I'm not too concerned about the Baron's army coming through or anything like that. He's not raised his forces, so we should be okay. Right. Turning my attention back over here, I do believe the church has been completed. Yes, excellent. And that should mean a decent approval rating. And we'll see what that does for our numbers. We're still at 5 families over here, but we'll see what that does for us. As at the trading post, we are transporting currently yarn. Yes, excellent. And that might be... Is that all of our yarn? That might be all of our yarn. And then it'll get picked up to export. Storehouse. Oh, yarn's still coming. Again, we are still bringing it over from Adelswall, right? The pack station, if we take a look, is still bringing yarn over, and it can really be the core of Eisendorf's economy. And, you know, why wouldn't I do this? Why wouldn't I take the advantages of one of my towns and spread the love to another? It's a perfect way to take advantage of our strong foundation, right? Let's get you guys formed up over here. Then we'll turn to a simple march, and we'll march them over to deal with the bandits. Forester's hut. Oh, we actually don't have enough timber. Where's the saw pit? Set 5 aside, please. And yeah, people having to go this far to get logs is, yes, slowing stuff down, to answer another question I've seen in the comments. But I've been using it to kind of create clearings. Normally what I'd advise, by the way, is to relocate these buildings that can be relocated easily. It just costs time to move them around. In fact, I believe we did that to the logging camp, 5 or so episodes ago. It used to be somewhere over here, and it's been moved over to keep clearing out more and more trees. But the reason why they're working over here right now is because I wanted to make this clearing. With that said, I could change that. It's just that I have people down here right now working, so I wonder if they'll kind of be like, my goodness, I walked all the way here only to be dragged back. It's an inevitability. Let's wait until the forester's hut has been built. Let's start the reforestation, and then we can go ahead and take a look at that. Eisendorf now has a clothing stall. Good stuff. So that means some of the goods from the trading post are not being exported, and instead are being sold locally because there is a demand for it. I'm not going to complain about that. Is there a demand for it? There is, and it'll soon be met, I'm sure. It's just that, so the clothing stall was built, but there aren't actually any clothes there. There's no yarn there right now, so that'll be solved soon enough. We have you heading out with our yarn, I assume? Yeah, just on foot right now. I'd like to get them a horse, but of course we need money for that. It'll allow us to export more at a time, it'll allow us to make more money at a time, and it'll allow us to, well, grow more at a time. On the topic of which, I would love for these numbers to go higher. It's November, so once December comes, we should be able to, we should see some growth. Over here we have 56, 59 spots for 2 more, good stuff. Any of these places can be expanded. Got spots in the, actually, no one's living here, no one's living here. You're all good. Ooh, there's a struggle here. Iron supply. Surely we have ale transporting. Yes, we have ale. Also, by the way, I'm aware that this name is pronounced Kuntz, but it's a lot funnier to pretend it's not, right? Let's see, what can I do here? Just trying to see if there's an expansion available, or if I keep upgrading to tier 3 for the extra room that gives us probably the right call. Fuel, we have 2 months worth right now. December has come. Let's see what that does for us. We're getting work done. We're getting some work done. Your family has started moving in. Excellent. Where at? Up over here. Another goat shed. Really want to get the hide going. Because with hides we got leather, and then hopefully, as I've been like plotting for so long, that leather will get distributed further and further. It means we'll need more people at the tannery. Well, we're maxed out. We might need a second tannery. But right now, the issue is that we've got these people at the tannery, but very little hides for them to work with. So I'm hoping that'll get solved soon. The only downside is that all of these hides are being produced over here, and so there's a long way to haul them over. Like, I could potentially get more goat sheds over here. We do have a goat shed over here. 2 goat sheds over here, actually. But, yeah, that's a long haul, but it's okay. I think we'll find that sweet spot. I think we'll find that balance. It's just a matter of a stockpile. Now, this storehouse is trying to get leather. It has some, alright. How are we laid out over here? Well, we're not, actually. Alright, so why don't we go ahead and connect you like so. And then surely people would take, like, this shortcut, right? I imagine they're just kind of popping out that way and going right over to the tannery. But hopefully that'll speed things up ever so slightly. But yeah, we'll get some work done. That's a lot of shoes. We'll eventually send those shoes over to Eisendorf, but I don't need them yet. Alright, assign somebody here. Let's go ahead and limit their work area to here, because this is where we want the reforestation and, well, the cycle of reforestation and deforestation should happen here. There we go. Alright, good stuff. How are we looking at the farmhouse? Nothing stored inside, so let's go ahead and bring these people over. Don't need you there anymore. I could, yes, as some of you have pointed out, kind of single out a shop or a home, look at the people, see they're unassigned, and then go ahead and say, you work at the windmill. Then I can go here. Well, you're a cobbler shop, so can't assign you. You guys, I can say, well, you're working at the tanner, so that's okay. So you can see why I don't always go in and do this, because it can take a little bit longer. And I don't know if you guys want to watch me fiddle with menus like this. If you do, if you don't mind, then I absolutely will, because yeah, this makes things a bit more efficient as I can control the commutes. You absolutely should. Minimizes the time wasted walking back and forth from workplace to not workplace. And what I'll do is I'll probably wait for all of this to be turned into flour and then go ahead and get those very same families working at the communal oven instead. And then, yeah, make that bread, literally. We got so much stuff here. We're in a good spot at Adelsball. Another food stall built. I believe, yeah, this marketplace is filling out. Good, so we should be able to meet the needs of the people living here. Again, bit of a haul from this granary and this storehouse to get to here. But I think we should be able to sustain this. If not, we can build another storehouse and granary over here and split the distribution of goods and make sure that these guys are getting some stuff as well. That should cover us. Now, we need yarn or leather or something over here, right? Because the lower level clothing stall need isn't met by the higher level stuff. These guys want linen or yarn or whatever. And that's an interesting way to go about doing it. You can't just skip ahead and be like, well, I've got shoes for you, so why do you want leather? Well, they want leather. It can be for whatever purposes they want leather. Alright. As the December snow settles in, let's take a look at Eisendorf over here. Yes, we've got 6 families now. So hopefully a family has moved into here. They have indeed. They're working the chicken coop. We've managed to sell some yarn. Not a lot. I guess most of it is staying here, yeah. Okay. Helping with the clothing market supply. Not doing exactly what I wanted, but we have so much yarn. I just need to get that horse. I can get that horse. Now, if I wanted to get really cheeky, what I could do is I don't think this would benefit me in any way, but I could get the yarn to the trading post and then export the yarn right back to Adelsball, I suppose. Anyway, these guys have been chilling out here for long enough, literally in the winter. Let's go ahead and march. Make our way over. Deal with the brigands. Again, I'm not in too much of a rush. This isn't costing us anything. I'm not racing against the Baron or anything like that, so we're in a good spot. The animals are recovering. Excellent. Adelsball's burgage plot here has got its goat shed. Beautiful. Beautiful. On the topic of which, I love how we transition into winter and out of winter. I love that it's not just like the map just fades from its greens and browns into a blanket of white. It is very splotchy. It shows up slowly. The roofs and stuff start to get covered up. It's nice. It feels like actual build up. Very nice, actually. Look at our market, by the way. Like, this is grown quite large. And now, of course, it's spreading over to here as well. I wish they'd, like, started establishing over there instead of over here, but that's fine. That's fine. I only wish that because, well, a couple of reasons. It's a shorter walk, technically, to the granary and storehouse, but also because it would feel like it kind of spread out from over here, right? But it's all good. And again, I could put some markets down here and stuff as well if I wanted to, but right now I don't see the need for it. Fuel, 2 months worth. Not too bad, not too bad. And over here, shall we get that charcoal kiln up and running? I think so. If we get past 75% approval, it'd be good to have more housing built as well. We have plenty of timber here, yeah. In fact, I believe the logging camp is currently not using any families. Good. So, let's see. What's going on? You're transporting. You're coming back, okay. You're peddling, yeah. And you're stalking. Okay, cool. Just wanted to see what this family was up to as we wait to get them a horse. But yes, turn my attention back to here. Let's go ahead and find where I have an extra spot. I actually don't. I can upgrade these guys, though. Can upgrade them. I don't have the resources needed for the armorer's workshop or the blacksmith's workshop, so there's no rush there. So let's leave it be, otherwise their demands will just escalate. And I think let's go ahead and place the rest of the next housing this way, so we can start expanding in this direction. Some of you were concerned that I've placed this way too far away from the iron deposit. You might be right, truth be told, but I think with how much space it'll take to get the bloomery and all that kind of stuff built up, we'll actually take a decent bit of space here. I want to keep people away from the charcoal pits and all that good stuff too, and I think this is where a lot of the smithing will take place, but we'll see, we'll see. Let's go ahead and expand this outwards. And go like... Gotta do it like that, I think. Like so. I'm torn between needing it to be perfect and not minding. How dare you steal my cloaks? Hang on a second. Where are my troops at? They're making their way over. Again, we are simply marching. So it is a long, slow, cold, arduous march. Imagine being that guy off in the distance, wondering what the hell is going on. It's like, well, why are there 20 men walking towards me, very heavily armed? Who are you? You just a trader? Just a trader. Alright. Keep an ear out for the music. Tell us when we have to start paying attention. Before I get distracted by trying to draw a circle, let's go ahead and establish our charcoal kiln. I always forget that it's over here. Charcoal kiln. Do timber. Put it nearby, because, okay, here's what we need to do, right? We need to go ahead and get the charcoal kiln. That's just for the conversion of firewood into charcoal. We need a mining pit. That'll just sit right over top of here. Then we'll go ahead and establish a bloomery. Right? Probably like somewhere over here. A smithy somewhere over here. And then over here we can have our blacksmiths and all that good stuff. Or maybe a bit further out, because do you really want to be right next to that? Maybe we need a storehouse or something over here instead, right? So it gets all stored in there. People smith it into various things, stored back over here, and you know, it can get taken to the trading post. It can be picked up by someone working the pack station, something like that. Something like that. All right. First things first, though. Charcoal kiln. Pop you down over here. Don't care too much for fertility. Underground water right through here, which is good actually. We can pop a well down, so if our smithies or whatever catch fire, right, if it's more people moving into Adelsball, good stuff. But yes, charcoal kiln. Pop you down over here. Cutter's camp is right there. Bring it out to here so all the smoke and stuff can be a bit further away from all the homes. That's why we're doing this. And if I feel like I desperately need another house or something in the area, I can do that. I can make my people suffer if I have to. I'd rather not. Right. Road out like this. There you go. Kiln built up. And then yeah, we'll get the mine and stuff going as well. Slowly waiting for the population to grow. But in order to do that, we need more housing. And in order to do that, I need to continue to build nice, clean, circular shape here. Leave it at that. Draw this out this way. Yeah, sure. Circular enough. Holy. I just have to not look at it from that angle. From this angle, it's like, yeah, that's those are concentric circles-ish. It's very flat. But I committed to not removing roads, and so I will not. I had to put down some more plots. Thinking... have enough room like this. Again, trying to like... not necessarily match. This doesn't have to be symmetrical, but I want to be... hang on. I hear the fighting. How are we doing over here? We sent 20 men. And I think 20 will come out. Yeah, we're 80% effective. The brigands are 97% effective, but their morale is dropping. Oh, so are their bodies. Look at that. Down they go. Oh. Beautiful. Nice and easy. Let's make our way home, boys, and then we'll disband. Okay, excellent. Quick interruption from future Party Elite to address a potential concern that you might raise at this very junction. You might be thinking, but hang on a second, Party. What about the bandit camp? You didn't loot it. And you'd be thinking correct. I didn't loot it. That was a complete mistake and oversight. I guess I just have so much money at Adelsball that I simply didn't bother. We'll take care of that next session, folks. But with that said, back to past Party Elite. Lots more wild animals right now. And actually, you know what? I need to go ahead and make sure that... Alright, this isn't entirely done yet. And there's still grain? No, there isn't. Here, let's move a family over. Let's move one of these families over. You are currently working at the dyer. You at the miller. Let's reassign you to the communal oven. Get some of that bread going. Again, we're okay, truth be told, but why wait? Why wait? And over here, we're at 66% approval, so that's actually not bad. Let's get some of these houses built. I'm thinking... what am I thinking? I'm thinking... this kind of a thing. Just the two. We got backyards as well. I think we need to go a little bit further out, actually, to be a bit... be the right shape. Maybe 3. That feels right. 4. And again, I could have left room for additional expansions. Chose not to. Could have been cleaner for sure. We'll have this continue, and it'll probably like... realistically, it'll probably be like... whoa. Gotta get rid of this hitching post. Well, gotta move the hitching post, rather. Wonder where to. We'll figure a spot out, but you know what, actually, one thing I want to do here is put the markets down so that if people want to establish their markets elsewhere, they can. Just don't know where the tavern's gonna fit. Fine, I'll leave it for now. But right. The hitching post can probably be moved over to here. Yeah, let's pop it down there. It'll take some building, but I think that's worth doing. These supplies will be dragged over. But yeah, so this will probably go like up like this through that curve. And end up like out here or something. Which I kind of like the shape of, actually. I'm actually quite pleased with that. So that'll be cool when it's done. But yeah, really hoping someone would move in here. Maybe that's a good enough reason to not focus on these burgage plots. Money's coming through. 8 regional wealth. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Are we importing anything? Because we shouldn't be. Let's make sure we're not spending any money. All good. All good. Yeah, just exporting the yarn. Good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, cool. All we really need is a horse here, and that'll allow us to ship goods faster. Either that or additional families working the trading post. Which, I mean, for the time being, sure, I can get a second family working it, but pretty soon I'll want to have them shift over to the charcoal kiln. Because, then people can stay warm. Warmer more efficiently, at least. We got enough fuel for Eisendorf, that's for sure, but once all the industries kick off, like, that'll be a bit tougher. And Adelswall could certainly use some charcoal as well. We'd have to, again, barter it in or trade it in or something. It'll be good for us, it'll be good for us. How are we doing over here? Where's the forester's hut? Working away, buddy? Hopefully. How are we doing here? Decent food variety, not amazing for fuel. Clothing's alright. Clothing's alright. Trying to figure out the barn all the way here. Like, that's a firewood stall. Why are you starting a firewood stall? You don't have any firewood. Then go ahead and force this firewood stall to close. We got clothing. We got a different firewood stall coming from the firewood cutter, so that makes sense because these guys are definitely going to have firewood. What else do we have here? Another firewood stall, which has firewood. Clothing stall. And food stall. This clothing stall, who's running it? The warehouse worker. Which warehouse? This warehouse. Okay. Cool. Yeah, can I get you to make a clothing stall and maybe sell yarn or leather instead? That would be cool. These shrewd business peasants. Alright, let's speed time up a little bit, because I think we're doing pretty good, actually. Famous last words, I know. Ember has been delivered. Pulling these bits soon. There you go. Charcoal kiln's ready. And let's go ahead and unassign a family from trading post. Is anyone on their way out? We'll let this guy go out just in case he's going to end up unassigned, or I can check. Friedline. Yeah, he's in the second family, so. You guys, transporting, peddling, transporting. Anna, you're bringing stuff over. Jakob, you're coming back. Let's let him go make his money, and then we'll flip him over to the charcoal kiln. Again, not in a super duper rush or anything, right? We're doing okay. 72% approval rating, looking very good. All right. Church, clothing, food, good stuff. Good stuff. It's good stuff. Solved that homelessness a long time ago. By the way, I could work this clay deposit. Get the clay, and then demolish the clay mine. People will cover it right up and patch the ground. Might not be a terrible idea, truth be told. Might not be a terrible idea because, sure, it's more clay, and clay turns into tiles, and tiles we need to upgrade houses to tier 3. So, might not be a terrible idea. But on that note, let's go ahead and take a look over here and see what other houses we can upgrade. A lot of people lacking the ale they need. Why is that? I think it's just a matter of timing. And how's the bread looking right now? So much grain over here. You shouldn't be storing grain. Maybe that's from a while ago. 0 bread, it says. What about in the markets? And bread, okay, cool. Got a bit more, we'll be taken care of. Fuel is starting to reach some of those farther parts. Now the only issue with clothing is the lack of yarn salesmen. You got a clothing stall. Got a clothing stall. And you've got a clothing stall. Alright, well, we're trying. Speed time up a little bit. How are wheat fields doing? Growing slowly but surely. We'll get really only a yield of 19 there. Yield of 22 here. Oh boy. That low fertility, I think, cost us. Eisendorf hitching post has been completed. Excellent. These supplies need to be picked up and pulled elsewhere. Maybe for one of these construction projects, perhaps. Or something. Because otherwise we won't be able to build that road. Well, which is fine. We got plenty to do here still. Thought we'd enjoy the church bell there for a moment as we enter the new year. It is January. And I think I'll wait until February, maybe March even, to establish those barley fields I was talking about previously. And yes, we can also establish some flax fields if we felt we wanted to. That would allow us to make linen, and then that becomes another thing that fulfills the lower level clothing desire. But it's not a lack of product that's causing us trouble. Let's not I got it twisted. It's not a lack of product. New families moving into Adelsball over here. How much? You have quite a few hides, actually. We have quite a few hides. Yeah, sure. Go check. Keep my word. I said, the people shall have goats. The people shall have goats. Oh, that's the goat shed. I was like, I don't recall building another brigade plot here. I think I need more families of the communal oven. Alright, we got a bunch of unassigned families. So let's see what we can do with them. We're a baker, herder, weaver. All good stuff. Carpenter, tanner, okay. All makes sense. Miller. Cobbler. Well, you're a cobbler shop. Warehouse worker. Like, you see, these guys, they're decently assigned right now. But what I could do is I could get some of these warehouse workers to work further out, and then have some of these guys... Trader works here. Yeah, and we're actually kind of optimally positioned, truth be told. For the most part. See what these guys are up to. Warehouse worker, woodcutter. All that makes sense. Firewood cutter. Malt house worker. Well, yeah, maybe you shouldn't be a malt house worker. Maybe one of these guys should be a malt house worker. Ah, but you know, that's what I mean. It's like we are actually not terribly... the assignments aren't terrible right now. They're pretty well optimized for the most part. As far as we're able to see, you know. Alright, let's get another family assigned over here. Mainly in the hopes that they establish a market. That's kind of my real focus there. Why a food stall? Why are you operating a food stall? Oh, you know why. You know why. Because they probably live somewhere that sells food, that produces food. That's why. That makes sense. Fair enough, fair enough. Slowly trying to get this oven up and running properly. Eisendorf continues to see more brigade plots. It's all well and good. Homes enough for 9 people, soon to be 10. Like I said, maybe that was the wrong call. Maybe I should have waited for more people to move in. Oh, hello. Perfect. These guys are unassigned. Let's go ahead and assign them to the forager hut. And the forager hut is obviously not going to be able to do any work right now. So let's undo that. Leave these guys unassigned, but perhaps expand this living space for another family as soon as it's ready. Now, we actually have decent money here. We actually have decent money here. We can get ourselves a horse. I'm assuming all that money came from shipping out all that yarn. What are we doing with that money? We are going to get another chicken coop. I mean, we don't need it desperately. Dang. I got here faster than anticipated. See? Well, we're fine. It was just one episode of struggling with the trading post, but it all worked out. Worked out fantastically. Worked out fantastically. Plus 40? Off of yarn alone? Oh, why are we making so much money? Who are you, mysterious stranger? The foreign merchant coming through to pick up... Yeah, there you go. Beautiful. And this is why, by the way, being on the King's Highway is helpful. Because random traders who want goods will come through and pick them up. Alright. We got money. Looks like both Eisendorf and Adelsball are making bread. Sorry, I can't help myself. The opportunity comes, I can't say no. Alright, charcoal kiln is operational now. We have the families for it. I can pull... Well, the plan was to pull a family out of here. And so, you know what? I will. You're done. You're done, buddy. Don't need you there anymore. I could get 2 at the charcoal kiln, I suppose. We have plenty of fuel, though. We're doing okay, actually. Do I need more timber? Nope. Use some more planks for some of the upgrades that'll be coming soon. Are we really okay? Jeez, okay. I'm incredulous. I'm incredulous. How could we be? How could we be? What else do I want to do here? I could get, always have more eggs. I love eggs. Sure. I'd like some of these guys to be like tailors and all that good stuff, obviously. We got the yarn coming through, right? So we could actually get tailor's workshop going. We need dyes as well, obviously. But that's not so far-fetched. Get some cloaks going. It'd be nice to have some linen so we can make some clothes. Wouldn't mind that. But for that we'd need planks and stuff. Okay. So then it becomes, okay, well, do we put a saw pit down over here, or do we just bring the planks over? Do we start trading now, proper? Dang. Are we doing alright already? Okay, kind of thrown off. But we do need it to grow. We need more people there so we can establish some of those industries we keep talking about. And that's when things are going to get intense. That's when things are going to get a bit more intense. Managing those industries and the number of people they take. Another forester working. Stuff. Continue to grow. Love this. Love this little setup we have. Beautiful. Church in the center. Everyone's got to make effort to get in here. Well, actually, there's doors on multiple sides, so everyone's okay. Don't worry. This feels nice. I actually like that little tree outside. I hope it never goes away. Cute little community. All right, and then over here, the charcoal. Yeah, this will be very helpful. This will be very helpful. In fact, we can go ahead and probably start exporting it. Well, we don't have any right now. Soon enough. 43. What are these families doing? Fetching water. To drink or to work? I assume to drink, but I'm going to watch just in case. Because we have spots we can put wells down, for sure. Matter of... do I put wells down? This is a long way to go. This is a long way to go. There. Okay, just for the home. Fair enough. In that case, that's not a problem. That's not a problem at all. 7 families, 11 homes. Good stuff. Here, well, berries don't exist in the winter, so we'll wait for that to be fixed up. Hopefully we'll have 2 families over here, and Bob's your uncle. Alright, good stuff. February has come. Eisendorf continues to grow. Where? Over here, no surprise. Gotta figure out what to do. I gotta figure out what to do with this money, folks. What do I want to establish here? I can actually get the tailor's workshop going. Start producing some cloaks locally. Get some dyes coming through as well. Yeah, sure, okay, cool. So we got the chicken coop there, which honestly, again, I would like to move, actually. I would like it to be somewhere else. Yeah, it's nice to have the chicken sounds by the market. Sure, why not? Let's go ahead and upgrade this burgage plot to level 2. If we upgrade 2 of them, we get to medium village, and then we can unlock our next development point, which will probably be deep mining before we even started our shallow mining. All right, you. Go ahead and upgrade you to level 2. Got a tailor over there. Got to figure out the movement of dye. So, at the trading post, let's go ahead and get...
Don't be shy, good
importing some dyes. Well, can we export? Is the other question. Do we have enough to export for metals? Well, materials, dyes. No, we don't. Dyer's Workshop, how are you looking? We could assign some more families here. But do we have enough berries? Oh, we have quite a few berries, because we are importing berries if I'm not mistaken, right? Berries, import, let's try and get a surplus of 70. Let's see what that turns into as far as the Dyer's Workshop with everyone working here. And again, a lot of these families, they're coming from over there, and I wonder if I shouldn't, like, sit down and just do a massive reassignment of where everybody lives and works. Look at that commute. The berries are over here. Look at all that ale, too. Wonder if I need another family at the tavern, just to keep the ale flowing. Because we got plenty of it, just that no one's getting to drink it. Any more? Okay. Yeah. We gotta solve that problem. Another family over here. We have 62 families? Actually, no, we need more living space. We need more living space. Let's continue our growth in this direction. Burgage plots up this way. Don't have enough timber. Oh no. 7 timber. Okay. Still be able to do this. They've got their backyards. What could we put in here? Maybe some tailors or something, so we're producing some of those goods in this area. But sure, I don't think I'm gonna put any vegetable gardens over here, so pop you guys down. More about the living space right around the market. That should be alright. Yeah, geez, we've grown. We've grown a lot. 8. Room for 11. Really. 9, 10. 11 over here. So if we do want to expand, in March we'll have to build some more houses to make room for more people. Fair enough. 3 unassigned families though. Charcoal kiln. Go ahead and get some people working here. Get that charcoal flowing. 2 unassigned families. We have plenty of timber. Firewood. One of those families is going to become assigned when we turn them into a tailor, but again, we gotta get dyes over here, right? That's why we're trying to get this situation sorted out, the dyer's workshop. Surely only so many people can actually make dyes at a time. Yeah, you guys are just waiting to transport. Let's just see how this is out, because right now Earhart is crafting. As soon as you're done, swap. I wonder if, like, once the backlog has been made up for, if we'll be okay, or if I need a second dyer's workshop to better distribute the flow of resources. That might be a better call, actually. Second one established somewhere over here. Too bad these guys are so tightly packed. Do this kind of a thing. I think I should.
This is heavier than it looks.
I think I should. Let me think here. Because yeah, clearly we're getting a bit of a traffic jam situation over here. Now, that was only... It's possible that it's only because I was looking at it at just the right time, but I look back and I still see a bit of a situation there. So, let's go ahead and get another dyer's workshop. Always get rid of it afterwards if we think it's necessary. Pop you down there, because again, we're not just producing dye for ourselves now. we're dying for two, you know, so to speak. That kind of a thing. Pull you out there. That feels right. There we go. And then if we need to, we can get another tannery back over here as well. Which might not be a terrible idea. Let's get rid of some of these dyer's workshop folks. Just so we can have the construction happening a bit faster. Just need 2 timber. We got 3. Saw pit. Leave a bigger reserve just in case. Logging camp. Let's go ahead and reassign. You're working over here. And hopefully the forester is foresting. I'm sure it'll take some time. Trees don't grow overnight, but I'm not nervous. I got plenty of trees to chop down if I need to. Poor guy's freezing out there. Late family's here. Third out there. Just get that charcoal, right? I mean, try and get a surplus going so we can help help out as well. Rather than bringing back berries that don't actually exist, because we're out there. Now we can actually get some people hunting animals again. Wait for some more people to move in, I think. Yeah, we'll wait for some more people to move in. Let's see, how many dyes do we have? 5 dyes, okay. 5 dyes, burgers and fries. Yeah, we should spread the families out a little bit. 2 crafting. So you're crafting. Oh yeah, I see. 3 crafting actually, okay. Okay, not bad. So there is a flow there that you can maintain. But he's gonna come through, pick up some dyes, and take them over to the warehouse. Good stuff. Yeah, let's get the Dyer's Workshop up and running. And then we can get the tailor over here actually working. And I mean, again, we can just import. We can just import dyes if we want to. That's obviously an option too. But first, we gotta finish this upgrade. That's still happening. But it is nice to see this community grow. Yeah, that's crazy. Well, March has come, so we should really get to work on something else. Jeez, we still have so much flour left over. More people moving into Adelswall. Excellent timing. Get a couple families over there. Pull some of y'all outside of the Dyer's Workshop. Pretty soon we'll have enough people that the farmhouse can basically be kept fully operational year-round. Not that it needs to be, but I think we'll eventually have that option. Got a family at the clay furnace, but no actual clay to turn into roof tiles. Oh, let's get you out of there. And again, we can get the clay mine going at Eisendorf if we want to. Not its primary purpose, but if we feel it's necessary. I think I'd rather just dive into the iron. And what's the deal here with our approval rating? Why is it so low? Probably because we were temporarily failing to give these guys ale, but they have ale now, so they're all good. Now, where's my tier 2? I need more timber. Need more timber, and we can get 2 more leveled up to tier 3. I am tempted to get rid of the apple orchard because clearly the orchards don't work at all. You can't even export the apples; they just kind of sit there. So perhaps I should get rid of them, and that'll probably be fixed in time for like launch and stuff. But at present, does not operate. And otherwise, the situation over here. Now, oh, hang on a second. Actually, it's all fallow or wheat. So I guess, right? I gotta get my barley set up. Where are we? Farming field. Go on a road? Yeah, I want a road. Not waste too much time, so we're gonna pause for a second here. Go ahead and hook you up like so. There we go. Sure. Get that placed, and let's go ahead and get the field up to here. Try and make it 1 Morgan. That is not 1. I'll be okay with 0.9 as well. 0.8 can do the trick too. Don't know about getting clay particles and clay dust in my barley. But hey, who really understood food adulteration in this era, right? I think it's actually a known thing. I think adulterated food is a known concept around this time. I could be mistaken. Is that okay? Am I okay with that, or do I want to just go with like a nice, like, long farm instead? 1.4. That doesn't seem real. I don't. Right? Who makes a field like that? Right? That feels weird. Nah. Go with this. I'll go with the 0.8. That's fine by me. This will be good for barley. This will be good for barley as well. Not that we need it so urgently, I don't think, but why not for this season? I guess I could split this in half. Then we can kind of swap things around in a bit more of a finite way, or in a more like in finer intervals. Up to there. 0.5. There we go. Cool. Make sure this is barley. Make sure you are barley. Make sure you are barley. Then we'll rotate into fallow and then into wheat. You'll rotate fallow, then to wheat. We'll also rotate fallow and then to wheat. That should have us covered. Now all these families should hopefully turn their attention to these fields shortly. Probably like in the middle of going home right now, so they'll take their time. This dyer's workshop is almost done. Alright. Where are we over-invested in terms of workers? I'll tell you where we're under-invested. It's at this tavern. The ale supply, the taps constantly dry out. And that is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. You know what? I didn't need this family assigned here throughout winter. They could have been milling or baking instead. And I am looking forward. That's why I really want to get the upgrades done. Because if I can upgrade these guys, then I can get the baker development point. And then I can go ahead and get these bakeries going so we can produce bread faster. Now granted, that'll take a bunch of assignable families out of the pool. But that's kind of the point, right? Kind of the point of having those artisans. Looking good though. Expansion continues down over here. How are we looking? 9 families, room for 2 more, so we'll be fine for April. And how are the berries looking? Growing right now, so we'll leave it be for the time being. Wouldn't be a bad idea to get an herb garden going. Also wouldn't mind importing some planks. The flow of money has slowed down a bit. What's the yarn situation up over here? Next station. Guess there's no berries to bring back. What if I start bringing back charcoal? Where are we? Charcoal. See what that does for us. Eisendorf, do you have charcoal? Yeah, 2 charcoal. Okay, hopefully these guys start working faster, because right now, well, you're killing me. Alright, there we go. It's a slow process, I take it. Look at her. It's bored out of her mind. Watching this wood slowly turn into charcoal. That guy's like, I'm done, I'm out of here. We'll get there. Long walk back to storage as well, and to pick up the firewood. So what we could do is we could bring the woodcutter's lodge up to this general area and do the wood cutting over here instead. That would make sense. That would make sense. So much firewood right now. So much firewood right now. I could just build a separate one over here. Or upgrade done. Let's get a woodcutter's lodge out over here. Storehouse over there will store a lot of the firewood to distribute at the market, I guess. So that'll be okay. Yeah, I mean, that's a potential change. I want to see, like, with this fully operational, how slow do things get? I mean, actually, that's not bad right now. 5 charcoal. Total of 13, actually, but that includes 1, like, charcoal that's been accounted for elsewhere. Such as at the marketplace. So we're actually doing okay, maybe. Maybe I'm jumping the gun over here. Maybe I'm jumping the gun. But folks, we'll find out about that and more next time. This is where we're calling it a session. I hope you enjoyed this one, because I most certainly did. It's nice to see our second region here start to stabilize, get a bit of wealth for itself as well. We've got some of those foreign traders coming through and happening to hit our trade posts and picking up, I assume, some yarn. Whatever it was, it worked out nicely. We have a bit of money to work with, and so we can actually develop additional chicken coops. We can take a look at actually importing some stuff, so we're not just reliant on one pack station and one resource being brought through it. It's just that we're actually doing okay right now. I mean, I guess we need a tavern soon, a higher level church. Maybe we bring some shoes over, actually. Maybe we import some shoes. We need the we need to actually buy a trade route if we want to do that for shoes. But it's something to think about. 48, jeez, it's expensive. But we can afford it. Stuff to think about, folks. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, as always. If you've been enjoying this series, don't hesitate to let me know by leaving a like and a comment down below, as always. It does make a very big difference in just letting me know what y'all are enjoying on the channel, what I should do more or less of, and how I should go about doing it. With that said, and with this view of our growing strength, as always, a massive thanks goes out to all of the channel members and patrons who've been supporting the channel on a monthly basis. Y'all keep us alive and running smoothly. And of course, a big old thanks goes out to each and every one of you for watching. Until next time, cheers.